Hello and welcome back everyone to my first video on this new expansion, Visions of Eternity. Of course, I had to start with the GALESHOT and, well, you know what? Before I do the intro, I'm just gonna give you a quick preview of what's to come. Take a look. And here we go guys, I hope you like what you see because this month is gonna be packed with GALESHOT content. And don't worry guys, because I am not simply going to be spamming the same build over and over, I have 3 different builds prepared for you on the GALESHOT. I will be making a video about each one every Monday of the week until the end of the month, where I will do a recap of all of 3, then see which one feels the best, which one do you like more, and so on and so forth. But for now, starting today, I have what I think will be the most balanced and perhaps the strongest of them all. So without further ado, let's jump right into the build, shall we? For those of you that did play the GALESHOT during the beta, you guys know that it felt a little bit clunky, not fluid, and it was lacking in a couple of areas. While it's not completely perfect right now, I can tell you that the fluidity and how it feels, it's much better. We had some improvements on the squalls, making them more viable. We had improvements on some of our skills, and especially the ultimate, now it can be cast while moving, which was massively important. So yeah, that being said, we're gonna be using this combination of traits and skills right here. With the secondary pet actually can be a little bit adaptable. You can use the rock gazelle, you could use another stealth pet, you can use defensive pet. I found the Ether Hunter to be the best one because of the reliable long range CC, which will count towards carnivore. Yep, we're gonna be using this one for this build because we have quite a lot of dazes, interrupts, and overall CC. By the way, in this stun break right here, the wind shear also counts, the knockback also will trigger the carnivore. So it's actually pretty good. And this combination of traits are just a decent combination to not instantly die to Condis thanks to the Joy of Movement, which is one of the talents they improved. Now it also cleanses damaging conditions. Thrill of the Catch works very nicely. We're gonna be restoring tons of arrows, so it feels very nice. Also, you could do the Pelt talent and have 2 charges of the Quarry's Peril, which will be Pelt in this case, and then you can do massive combos like Blaster into Reset, Blaster into Reset, and yeah, you can proc 2 Hawkeyes on the same rotation. But at the end of the day, this is the version I like a little bit more than for these traits right here. I honestly don't think Shrike will ever see play. In my opinion, it feels much worse than the other 2. Gale Force is really good, but in this case we want Cloudburst because it's gonna give us quickness, fury, and swiftness, which are the 3 things we really want for the build, especially considering that thanks to this, every time we have swiftness or super speed active, we're gonna be dealing much more damage. So that's about it for the trades. Skirmishing is just the standard trade line for whenever you're running with sword. It's just overall gonna bump your damage by a lot. Then our sustain will come from carnivore, like we shown before, and also Relic of Zakiros right here. Although it's just a 7% and there's a couple of new relics that I want to try out, GALESHOT doesn't have sustain anywhere else. So I really think Zacchaeus is going to be a strong contender, if not the best one overall for all my builds. But we'll see about that. Now for the gear, I like to run a combination of full Berserker right here with Superior Rune of the Chronomancer. Of course, this build is going to be using Marauder dual maces. This will add CC. You guys know how strong the dual maces are. They're just amazing. Sword and Warhorn in Diviner mode with Diviner Cape and Diviner Amulet. This gives me quite a bit of boon duration, which is very good on GALESHOT. It feels really nice to play with some boon duration, at least 22%, because you're going to be having much higher uptime of Fury, of Swiftness. We said it's very important to have those up all the time, and yeah, it feels very natural, so very good. Now, the rest of the trinkets, I like to run a combination of Dragons and Marauder right here. This gives us a lot of damage, but also making us not completely glass cannon, so we can survive things like Wheel Vendors, I don't know, any heavy power spikes or heavy condi spikes, you will survive running around with these stats. So that's about it. A couple of interesting things, however, you can swap around the dual maces for the Greatsword. It feels really strong. Greatsword is a very good addition for the GALESHOT because it basically gives you extra mobility with built-in evasion. It gives you blocks, which is very important. The Maul into Heal Bash combo, it's good because this will also proc your Carnivore, so it deals damage and it helps you sustain a little bit. But the most important part is the mobility and the defensiveness of the Greatsword. If you're, let's say, playing against a more power-heavy matchup, in some occasions it's even better. And if you're playing outnumber, Greatsword with the extra mobility also helps you escape a little bit better than the dual maces. But overall, dual maces feel extremely powerful for the GALESHOT, giving you that melee option to counter when they get too close, stun into reset combo. It gets you the avatar form, and if you swap into Gw2 when you are in avatar form and release a combo, it's gonna be massive amounts of damage. Another really cool combo you can do with the dual maces and the Perfect Storm ultimate, it's use it defensively. If somebody is being overly aggressive and you're being outnumbered, you can always place the ultimate on your feet and then lock them into a mace combo reset, sort of like this. And yeah, that's that's very strong, so you can turn situations where you're about to die into nope, you die moment. So yeah, this one is just for pure damage. Let's say you were on Galebow, then you swap, and then you're on Sword Warhorn. You just buff yourself with Call of the Wild, connect with Hunter's Call, and if that hits, then you can follow up with Piercing Gales. This is massive amount of damage, it's big burst time and also helps you apply more stacks of vulnerability. This little thing right here destroys health bars and people just don't expect it. So yeah, also really powerful tool. On the other hand, if you want to, you can swap the Piercing Gales for a defensive option right here, or anything else that might suit the matchup you're running right now. If you want Signet of the Stone, Signet of the Hand for the anti-block, if you want an extra stun break, whatever you feel like. Anyways, the build has much more depth into it. I won't go into the mechanics and into the tiny details. That's something I reserve for the Roamers Monthly recap at the end of the month. But yeah, for now, I'm just gonna leave you with a really nice compilation. I hope you enjoy it, and see you in the next one. Cheers!
running around, break down, chase the light. We're rolling but on the go. Running for my life. Feel the light. Running for my life. Head high, we're alone. Are we taking all in front of us? Head high, how could we know it was all along on the side? We should read between the lines, and we're on the right way to go. Head high, we're not alone. Oh, we are not out of luck. Running for my life. Feel the light. Running for my life. Running for my life. Running for my life. Running wild, I'm running for my life.
Granny, yeah, that's too bad. I'd be grateful for everything that I have. You only got this life, you don't get it back. Make the most of it, become the best that I can. Everybody look at me, I got a plan. You gotta work hard, play hard, do it from the start. Cause how you do anything is everything you start. Stay consistent and do it every day. Don't let fatigue get in your way. Cause 10% of something is better than nothing. You better do something if you wanna be something. I can feel my stomach rumbling, I'm hungry. Big things coming, I ain't bluffing. Yeah. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. So I fight every day and train, yeah. It'll all be worth it. One day it'll all be worth it. So I keep pushing through the pain, yeah. That's the only way to make a change, yeah. I've had enough. I'm making my own luck. Adrenaline, my drug. I'm sick of feeling stuck. I got this, I got this. Will not quit to the top, I promise. Cause I've had enough. better watch out. I'm on the climb to the crown in my prime right now. Hear me loud, I've been spitting for a while now. All by myself, independent DIY now. Don't need no help, I've been beating out labels and money and budgets, it's funny. I do all the work, yeah, keep it 100. I fight for my dreams, I would die for these things. I believe in myself, I refuse to fires out of buildings. I wanna leave a legacy of helping others find they feel things, of motivating and killing depression, exhaustion, we need some healing. I work through the pain, I like seeing gains. I keep my head down, buried, walk through the flames. Yeah, I do this every day, even when I feel drained. A true man pushes through, you don't hear complaints. No, I don't wanna stay the same, yeah. So I keep pushing through the pain.